Hello and welcome to this is our series. We saw this Lego room and of course my life. Now this video follows on from the last one. We are still in the same section of the theme park and we had just added in the train track that is going to wrap around our theme park display, going from the superhero into the Jurassic Park section. But now it is time to pull all of it out and to actually get the base plates down. So the template is there. We've got some bits and pieces that we need to do with regards to actually making the track potentially work a little bit better with the Joker Manor. But you know what I'm talking about if you caught on with the last upload. If you didn't, I'll fill you in as we go. We are going to be connecting each land up piece by piece by piece, and we've got all sorts of various lands going on all at the same time. But like I said, today it is all about the superhero section with a Harry Potter and then potentially a sprinkle of a haunted section as well. So I'm very much looking forward to splitting this up into basically 3 lands the second the base plates go down. So with that being said, let's get to it. So as per normal, there's going to be quite a lot to move, and it's not going to be that easy because I don't think I've got the space to move everything at the same time. And you are, what, 6 seconds in? I've already put my finger on the lens, so hopefully now you can actually see what is going on. So I need to clear out all the stuff that's here and put it over onto this table, but I think I'm going to do it in sections. I think that might be the easiest thing for me to do because, well, of the ceiling height, there's certain stuff that can only go in this table in one hit, and it might just be as easy to do it in strips of 5 rather than doing the whole table at the same time. And I'm not going to be taking the train track up because, well, if you have seen the last couple of uploads, it was very tearful. But how I'm actually going to get the train track in, well, I'm not 100% sure. Now if you're wondering what this table is, or if you are new to the channel, yes, everything got uploaded is this chaotic. And this area here is going to be our new Super Mario Kart Nintendo World section. So these base plates were a template again, making sure I could fit all the stuff in because a lot of those sets will need to be purchased. Now, how many of these sets can I actually squeeze onto this table if I gave it hardly any space at all? I wonder what we can do and how many sets we can actually get on, because obviously everything that's coming over, still not 100% sure on this one now because of this new sort of configuration that we've got going on, but we might be able to make it work. Now I've got the jet that needs to go back at the end. That can park in the with the T-Rexes for now. Yes, so game is on. For these we will just squeeze in as many as we possibly can. If I can get them all on, I will. If I can't, then obviously I won't. That is not a good start. That is one of the minifigures. Oh, there we go. Well, that'd be a minifigure that we'd never see again, but we are there. Now I've got to be careful that these go back in the same way. So what I should do is have the back to backs, they'll be facing each other. Yeah, they'll be alright. It will be okay. Probably should have put those together first. Right, we've got the Gringotts Bank to come over as well. Amazing set this is. So if you saw the last 2 uploads, we had a bit of a fight with the track, and well, kind of by mistake, it with a little bit of tweaking and adding in some straights rather than some bends, we got it in. Not a chance all of this is going to fit on there, so I'm going to have to do this potentially in two bits. So the Ghostbuster Firehouse is next. then if I can get the Joker Manor on, should be, he says, it should be alright, but this could get tricky quickly when it all starts to go back, down. So that's a base plate and a half. I can kiss up on there, we've got that space. That'll be for the Joker Manor. No, it won't be for the Joker Manor, because that's one of the first things that we now need to see if it's going to fit. So when I put this track down, it was originally going to go behind and then it went in front, and obviously if you want to watch it for yourself, then I'm not going to bore you explaining the means and why. But long story short, I think it's 2 base plates of space there, and it's a base plate of space there, depending on how much that track kicks in. So I would like to think it would be tight, again depending on the corner, that I could potentially get the haunted house where the Joker Manor is and have the full track connecting up with each other. Now I'm not going to know until I move them around, so what I'm going to have to do is the Joker Manor is going to have to come out, and then I'm going to obviously throw the base plates down, and then we can basically play a game of will it go in or not. Now what I do not want to do is exactly what has just happened and rip the track. That was not my intention at all, because this thing really was massive. Now I have already thought of a problem, because I think it's a base plate and a half, but I don't think that includes the overhang of the track either side, so I'm hoping the track will go underneath the green, because you can see for yourself it's actually bigger. It's huge. There. It is absolutely massive. Yes, that was me sneezing. So I hope basically it has to fit there in that gap, but before we can even get to that bit, we're going to have a fight and a play with what's going to be going on here. Now all these minifigures are Harry Potter stuff, so I will throw all the minifigures back in at the end, and then when we start to tile, we can then start to add the minifigures all at the same time, because the Jurassic Park, as of a few hours ago, was looking quite clean, and now it's been battered and abused. So alright, the first thing we need to do is we're going across the back. Now I have to stretch and reach to get those base plates in, but I've also got to try and lift that track under at the same time, which again is easier said than done. And also what's easier said than done is how many black base plates I have left, because we are four across, so I have to have another one. I think I don't, so I'm going to have to pinch it from somewhere, because it's going to be in a place that I can't then retrieve it from. This isn't exactly the easiest thing to try and do, and of course the haunted house is going to be in the way, isn't it? Right, let's do this a little bit more sensibly, I think. So what I normally do is I throw everything off, then we do it, and then throw everything back on after. But these are large, so if I was to move the Joker, actually, can I just make some space over here? Is this the easiest place to put them? always have to destroy another display that's there or thereabouts, and then have to tidy it all back up after. Sort of do 2 steps forward and 37 steps backwards. I'm always fighting these things. I've got 2 base plates of space over on that side, so that's where this one is going to go, just because I think it's going to be easier to do that. We do not want you to lose your cup with your, assuming it's a pizza slice that Mr. Kevin has. And then we'll add in the skinnier one over on this side as well. And I think with the space that we'll have, I actually went down a straight line first. That doesn't sound very good. Before I do anything, we can see we can actually make this run fit, or this row, shall I say, fit. Now, so I'm not going to move the track because, well, the track's actually in the perfect place. So the track has to stay. It's the daily Bugle. Right, okay. The game is on. Now I thought about doing it all of black across the back. And if I was to do that, I need 8. Because I think we need where we are. How many base plates deep are we on here? We're far too... I've done it because of the massive overhang on the back. So basically these black ones are there or thereabouts on the table, and then we're 1, 2, 3, we're 4 deep on there. So I was thinking maybe two base plates black, and then the rest grey. But most of the base plates you're not going to see anyway, which is it's basically just to cover the corners. But where the more haunty stuff is, it will be the black. Now, annoyingly, I have just put all the black down underneath the eyeball, which looks fantastic. But I think they're going to have to come back up to be used on here, because obviously I can't, this is going to be a permanent thing. That's just one thing with nothing else on there at the moment until I get the base plates for there, and then it just is, it is what it is, because I think I've got enough grey, and then we might be good. So I'm walking down the side of the loft hutch, which seems to be my speciality at the moment. And can I he says, can I reach? Yes, I can. Right. And then what I'll start to do is I'll start to clip the base plates together, because that, I think, is going to be the easier thing to do. You know, the haunted house, what's there? That needs to move. As I hang on for dear life. Nice, okay. Right, okay. Alright, so we have one more black base plate to add on that bit, which is going to used all 9 of them. That is there. I don't think I've got enough grey, which I could have potentially done the next lot in grey, but now I'm thinking about it with what potentially might get added. think it might work with it all black, because this corner naturally now is actually just turned into a horror bit. But how many? Where are we? Oh, this is the telling test, isn't it? I eyeballed it. Right, so there's a base plate, 1. So that's the Ghostbuster firehouse. Oh, it does. That's the haunted house. And then we've just got that little corner there. And then here, that's going to be extra space in front of the Joker Manor. So that potentially is fantastic. So I am stealing base plates from over here. What am I stood on? Nothing. That could have been dangerous. So I need another 4. 1. 2. 'This is the game to be played, which is the easier way of getting these out. 3. That's going to have to be the back middle, isn't it? 4. Oh, I really liked how that looks. I'm going to have to order some base plates quickly, because I do not like that being on a white base. It needs to be on black. It looks fantastic on the black. Grey would look nice, but that black really sets it off lovely. Right, so we are coming in to number 4. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move you into an aerial position where I don't have to worry about you not being able to see the set going in properly. So there's the back of it, and yeah, obviously the darker bit's going to be the hauntedy type stuff. If I was to do that, yeah, you can see the whole table. But of course, I'm eating batteries at the moment. This battery is duff already, so I'll swap the battery over and then we'll Right, second attempt. You're on top of the loop coaster. I think you can see the whole table. Yes, you can. You can see the outside of the track, right? So you can basically see everything that's going on from a bird's eye view. You can see the eyeball in the background and how sorry for itself it's looking without the black base plates. Now I'm going to do another run of plates, and then I think I'm going to start putting stuff at the back, and then we'll do the next lot. Some of these greys I need to take some of the tiles off, and this is the next problem. I don't know if I have enough grey. There's not really another colour you can use, and I might have a couple of spare, I say spare, they're in situ, but I might have to use these coaster ones because I've overlapped them. That'd just be the easiest thing to do. So I've got 3, basically I've got 6 base plates by the coasters. I don't like cutting the base plates, and all I have to do is just put those back down again when I order a pack. I just want to, if I'm moving anything, right, that is really off. So that table leg is off in the middle, I think. I don't know if it's actually on the ground. What's it resting on? Which one is slightly... So this leg is slightly high. don't think there's actually anything I can do about that at all. Because both of those feet are flush to the floor. That is not ideal. Right. Yeah, there's going to be not much I can do about that unless I took the whole rug off. So we're just going to cover it and just see what it does. So this is the next run of these. Well, that sounded expensive. Was that the camera breaking? Did I just crack the lens on that? Are you still alive? Yep, you're alive. What did you just land on? You landed on something. Right, carry on. That could be how that was. Surprised you fell off. You were pinned in between the roof. Probably me being vicious and pushing these bits off because I moved it when I moved the table. That was a big fall for you guys, but it's the joys of that GoPro. I can hear actually the roller coaster track vibrate when I'm doing this, so you're going to go again. I'm sure you're going to go again. Right, so that's 3, 4. So I need 8 more. Here's what I need. And that is going to be a big ask. A big ask. Oh no, actually, might be okay because I might just actually use all of them that's underneath the red coaster, and then I can just slide them straight back under when the pack arrives, because I'm not going to tile that area. So yeah, the reason why I keep saying about when they arrive is the order's not been placed yet, because I want to make sure that I order enough of them, and then I can just do it over a period of time. So the far corner that you are looking at now, the first thing that has to go in there, and this is a big if it will fit, because this is something, because I always normally do a template of stuff. I'll template everything. I'll make sure that everything is okay first before I start putting the sets down, because then when the sets are down, it's all right. I can start adding in all the colour and all that kind of stuff, hence what we're doing with this. But I don't know if it fits, because this is swapping over with the house. And if it does, the track's going to look absolutely phenomenal. If it doesn't, I'm just going to put it back how it was, which isn't exactly ideal, but there's not really too much I can do about it. Right, you're wedged. You're wedged back in. There, you're on it. Right, so this will be the first time I've tried this configuration, potentially, ever in this room. I might have had it, I don't think I've had it with all of the superhero. No, I wouldn't have done. So I wouldn't have had the space. This is the first configuration with this new table layout since these tables have been swapped. Whew. Now, will this, because as you can see, as it comes over, the back of this set is beautiful. So I'm hoping I will be able to now see, for the first time in a long time, what I need, I'm just needing somewhere to actually stand. Right, I am literally, because this thing's so big, balancing hands free with my head on the roof over the loft hatch. I need to pick this up and put it through. Right, we have a problem straight away. Or do we? 1, 2, 3. Right, so I have to get this Joker mana. I should clip these together first. I get this Joker mana over as far as it will go. So it's actually bigger than 2 base plates. That is highly irritating, but it's solvable, I think, because what I'm going to have to do, I've got no choice. That wasn't part of the plan, I didn't want to do that. Is will that fit any more under if I move the minifigure? Oh, that is tearful. What if I angle it? What if I angle it rather than it being straight? Can I just get the back off? No, not quite. So the ha 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 side is a lot bigger, which is it's painful. It's such a shame. So we were perfect to the stud on this side. Damn. I don't think there's anything I can do. I can take more off, but how much do you take off? Like the next. Like, how silly do you get with it? So if I did that, I still don't know if it would fit because the green is very, very deceptive, and it still hits. Look. I am literally a stud. It is honestly one stud is just shaving that. Oh. This is not what I wanted to happen. Because I guarantee if it was spun the other way around it would fit. Because this side's longer. It's the narrower track would hit the height of that. That bit, because it's this bit, would all be over the edge and it would go. Oh, what a shame. Now, do I do that? Which means the Joker Manor is the entrance and exit to the land, which is what the theme park gates turned into. Because it is a full-blown open back walkway. So we can actually use it as the path to go into the next layer, and it's not bad looking from the back either. And you would see it from this side because it's so big, no problem, and it would be different. I have to get that amount of space, otherwise I can't get the next 3 sets in. I've got no choice but to try. no choice but because we've got the back of that set there, look. So the superhero section basically has both back doors. Yeah. So yeah, that's basically what that's going to be. I think that's how it should go that way. And if it does, well, you're still going to see both bits. It does mean I've just taken this bit apart for absolutely no reason at all, though. And I can keep saying this now. Should have clipped these base plates together before I put this down, because now I'm going to drag this back and they're all going to move. Yes, they are. Right, hang on. This is getting silly. So let's get a couple of 1x2s and just clip for now these base plates together, because these are the correct colours. There's nothing really to think about with these. This is what is going to happen. Could have used bigger bits. I could have used a lot more 4x1s, but it might do that. It might do a trick. In fact, I can use some of here for now, because I need to clear the next grey base plate off, and that has a load of 1x2s on it. So let's just do that for now. Because it's going to annoy me when I put anything on here. I don't know if it's better you being aerial so you can see everything from above or close, but I will figure it out one day. We're getting that. A couple more. I'll throw them dotting around. It's a bit painful getting these off with your fingers. Right. And obviously I'm doing it balancing on the loft hatch. That one will go there. That will go there. That one goes across. More than likely this is going to sting me, because when the other sets go in they're going to have to be moved, but for now I might just be able to pick it up and we'll see. But hopefully that will do something. I don't know if it's going to be more good than bad, to be honest. Right, we took the flag off, we took all sorts of bits and pieces off. I don't know if there's going to be much left of this set by the time that actually gets spun round. Nope, definitely not going to do that. Right, we're on the move. Right, we have got. Which way does that go? It must curve in, yeah. So we've got that bit in the middle, that bit in the middle on the other side. And then we've got 1, 2. I'm really confused. Hang on, I'm looking at this wrong. I am being an idiot. That bit goes like that. That's the next curve. You now can't see what I'm doing, but I'm basically having a fight trying to put this back together. I think that way goes that way. Which I have no idea. I have no idea what way that is supposed to go. Oh, yes I do. I am being a right plum. That one spins round. And that one spins round. I can't reach it from there. I put one in the wrong way around, so we can correct that when it comes over this way. Oh, I think I'm actually sweating now, I'm not going to lie. It's either I'm straining too much or it's got very, very hot very, very quickly. So I will fix that flag issue in a second. Now, I'll risk it and see if that pink flag will fit on here. Where do I pick it up from? Oh, that's outrageous. Outrageous. Will it fit? What do we think? I am not liking the odds, to be honest. I think it might be an optical illusion that it's bigger on the one side than the other. Because I think the other tower is going to hit the roof in the exact same place, and it does. I can't believe this. I can, because this is my life, but I cannot believe I can't find the studs. Because it's higher, isn't it, on that side? So this track sticks out more, so the track's gone underneath, no problem. But you're higher on the left hand side than you are on the right. And that is not ideal whatsoever. I don't know how I can find those. I don't think I can magically find the space. We tried to angle it the one way and it didn't work, and I think if I just try to angle it this way, we're literally off by a stud. Again, two. We're off with two studs on there. And it looks rubbish, that angled on all it. Oh my days. Because we know it doesn't fit that way. Because that's how it was. But will it fit really angled across the corner? Oh, I've got to stop doing that. Got to stop pulling it from there. That's hitting. Are we in? We're in. Right, that is not what I had envisioned, but it fits. Oh, that took some wiggling. So the road design and everything is going to have to be completely different. Well, it's not going to have to be completely different. It's just that we're not going to have a perfectly straight line. And we're not going to have the space in front, I don't think. But my only concern, actually, is I've done that wrong. No, I haven't. I don't think I have. Because that track should. That track reconnects. Oh no, if I was to take that flag off again. Right, that's reconnected. And this track is not over the purple. I don't know if we can get away with that. I have absolutely no idea. I'm actually confused. I don't understand. My brain can't compute how it's fitted in. We've got the huge, because it's overhanging. The track is massively overhanging, but it's not actually touching the D&D, and the D&D is still to the end of that table, so that's fine. It just means that we could potentially have a hidden display behind it in here, and the path will then go through onto the next bit. Right, well that's... Let me just make sure before I get carried away. If we use that base plate as one, is this a base plate? Yes, it is, and we've got a little bit of wiggle room there. That is there. So it could twist a little bit more. If it needed to, it could twist a little bit more. I'm not too sure what's going on with the track, because I thought the track was really, really close up to that bit, but we will see what is going on. Right, Ghostbuster Firehouse needs to be next. That is going to be the next thing. And then the haunted house goes beside it. So yeah, I think really the only... Well, it's because it's skinnier than a 32 by 32, so I've not lost the space, it's just that it's longer than... Oh, right, okay. Okay. I'm just trying to think how much corner space, display-wise, we've actually lost if that was spun round like the Daily Bugle. And I'm looking in it right now, and it's just that bit. So that's all we've got. But it's just because I measured it up as a base plate and a half, but we've actually put a full base plate to the back, so the actual bit that's at the back is pretty much floating. So no, that works. So I'm not losing any space, and that does look really nice on the black with those beautiful colours. I tried it before, but not with this. I tried it with the shadow box and it didn't go well. But no, so I'm glad that the black is actually making those colours pop. Colours pop nicely. Right. So we're on to the Ghostbuster Firehouse, which that means this bit here is going to cause me grief. So I will have to move that bit over. That base plate now is by itself because it's a full base plate. We know it's going to pinch against the tail. Let's see what it will do. We can get these. This does work. It would be fantastic, but again, I am not 1,000,000% sure. Clear those, please. Thank you. Right, so that needs to go as far back as it will go, which is to the plug. I think it was to the front of that base plate, wasn't it? And then it was over. All the way over to there. Oh, I am so thankful that that tail has so much flexing. What a beautiful design that T-Rex is. So I said before that it's touching. It is what it is. It looks the part, it works, it's fine. And then behind it, it's flush. It's now, because I've base plated it, it actually looks like there's a lot of wasted space, but we know there's not. So it can't really be too much over there. Yeah. Might need, at some point, I might need to tweak the back, maybe to low, figure it out. Wow, that looks quite smart, those two there. And the next thing is going to be this black one. Oh, we have enough space for a graveyard in front for the first ever time. Does it mean that all of this absolute nightmare might pay off? We might finally, because this has to go as far back as it can go. Oh dear. Yeah, it has to go as far back as it can go to fit the... Oh, bugger. Ah, didn't think of that. Oh, we'll see. We'll see. Well, that is that one. No, that is that one. Thank you. Yeah, it's going to be, I think it might get emotional as we start coming forward though. So I pushed the Joker Man flush to the back and then work my way forward when I did the display last time. Now, I've been focusing on the side, but how much space are we going to have? Because have I got 8 studs? How many studs do we think there? 3? I don't know how far back I can go. I honestly don't know how far back. If I can get 8 studs back from the front of that, we will be laughing. Now, this can go in 2 ways. Oh, that'd be different. This can go in facing like it does face the Ghostbuster Firehouse. But if I want to create a theme park with paths, I could have the back of the ride to the Ghostbuster Firehouse and actually have the door facing the Joker Manor. And then that way we have 3 different entries and it looks less like a street and it looks like its own individual land. Now that's not going to help with regards to the 32 by 32, but it will help with the roof height. So, how far back will we go? Right, that is 32 studs in the wrong place from now. Now, I did say that if this was going to happen, I'd have to take the roof off. I don't particularly want to do that. Now, I can't, for some reason, push this back. Right. we're going and we're going to twist. And we're going to come round like that. And that is absolutely perfect from here with regards to a display, because we can make a really nice display beside it if we want to. We've got to put something light on the back of those base plates if we're going to use them. Right, so that is flush with the Ghostbuster firehouse. So that is 3 studs. And that's what we would have from here. Obviously the roof height is a right pain in the backside, but it does make it out that it's 2 separate rides. You've got a queue line at the front, queue line at the front, queue line at the front. If I could twist that a little bit more, I would do, but I think I can't. I'm going to lose, even though it's a square, I don't think it will work, because I don't really think I can make it. No, I can't. It won't fit. Right. Now they are touching to the back. We've got a prong being bent on the roof, but it is what it is. I can be studs away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12 studs. Because the dragon is going to go right up against that window. It's going to push straight up against it. And then the space is going to be here. So the actual haunted house is almost in a land of its own with the Ghostbuster. I think it'd be easier if I put the Harry Potter in next, just because I think it will be. So as we come back, you know what's going to happen in a future upload. All the minifigures will go back where they need to go, but for now, this is taking a long time. I just want to focus on this. So, yeah, that looks like an actual theme park, how it would be like that. Because you don't tend to have, when you're walking around certain places, you don't really tend to have 2 entrances close together unless they're the same theme. But if they're under the same IP, they do angle them very differently. So for example, Motion Gate in Dubai Parks and Resorts, where you go through and you've got the Lions Gate and all of the other IPs, their rides are very similar to this, where you got the one then the other, and they're sort of all off. But yes, we kind of create like a spooky type thing, not so much at the back, but coming around as an L, because there's potential now for the space on this side to be DC. Now the haunted house potentially could come forward, but it would block off the Ghostbuster firehouse, so it kind of defeats the object. So for now, we will just stick to it. We'll just stick to it like this. Now I need some more grey base plates, so I'm just going to have to take them from where I know they're overlapping, which is right over here. There is one. And that's the one that it overlaps. So there's 2. I was really greedy. I put 8 by the coaster. 3. 4. I'm going to need the whole lot, aren't I? I am going to need the whole lot. So you're going to go back up out of the way. You can hopefully see what's happening. What's happening now? So I think what I'm going to do is when the base plates arrive, for things like the Lord of the Rings and this, I can easily just put them back in one upload and just basically crack on from there, I think. Yeah, it's actually quite important that this does work. Now, the reason is for that is that this curve went round the alley. What was that then? It went round the alleyway. That's why I needed to pay attention to what way they came out. Because that side's the road plate, so that's alright. The alleyway is on these three. Again, that's okay. Because it would go around there somewhere, I think. Doesn't quite seem right to me. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? I am not in the middle of those base plates. And I'm not too far back. I thought we had a full base plate space on that side. Right, we'll just have to go back to front then and just see. I should have taken a photo. Should have taken a photo with the track placement, and I could just put it straight back where it needed to go. Now this is the entrance into the alley, because it's got the bit on the side, and it's a lovely looking thing. It really is. That will have to. Yeah, so that just literally touches like that, which is fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 30. Off by 2 studs. Off by 2 studs. I don't know if we are. Kind of looks a little bit more familiar. We're over 2 studs that way, which is really important when it comes to, because we had the track and the road plate that fits to the stud. They're overhanging, which is throwing me. I keep thinking I've got more space than what I actually have, but we're overhanging by 1, 2, 3, 4. We're overhanging 5 studs at the end. I've got to get those. They were lined up. I'm almost sure they were lined up. They were lined up when the Ghostbuster Firehouse was in. So the problem is coming from the depth of the haunted house. However, can I, because it is a blank base plate, can I put the track over that base plate and push the base plate underneath? Which means if a train wanted to go around, it would still fit around and it would give me a few more studs. Far too many maths going on in today's upload. Right, so that needs to go that way. Fighting absolutely everything. Now fighting the lip of that table as well. I'm going to have to go underneath there and just drop that. But it's not that easy. Right. That's going to be the problem, isn't it? So we took these spikes, not the whole roof off. If we took these spikes off, because there's absolutely no way that this haunted house can go in any other way. And if you have noticed, yes, it is absolutely battered. So it's a proper haunted house, but it's wrecked. Right, that is as far as that will go. Oh, wasn't even looking. And it's touching the roof as well. So it can't go any more at the bottom and it can't go any more at the top. I just don't know how many studs that's come over. What do we think? What do we think? In. That goes in together like that. That dragon is for some reason doing something really weird. What are you doing? That's not right. You won't push that dragon there. Oh, what's going on with your hips? Your feet or something? Come on. Come on, thank you. Oh no, don't do that. No. No, no, oh no. I've now got to clip. No, stop it. I've now got to clip you back on. I'm supposed to do that. I can't reach you. Oh, you sausage. I'm trying to do this without falling down the loft hatch. One day I will. There we go. I don't understand. It's tipping forward too much at the hips. I need to clip it back, another one. But it will do for now. It's on that wing as well. I almost have caught it with the I don't think that is right. Something needs to tip back. I can't figure out where it is. Its waist is far too low. I just can't figure out why it won't go back on its... Oh, hang on. Does it go back that way? I thought I had hip mobility. No. Maybe that is right, I'm just being an idiot. Might be because I'm seeing it from a lower angle, to be honest, but I'm usually seeing it higher. So that's probably how it is. You can see it, do you? That's how it is supposed to be. Maybe. Right. You can stay close for this one. You can stay close for this one. Ooh. Will it go? I'm teasing myself, I'm doing this one last. What do we think? Will it go in that space? I hope so. I really, really hope so. Alright, I've got to put this random base plate down as well. Yeah, they all need to be peeled off before the next lot come on. Right, some of the base plates are slightly different shades, and this is the cleaner colour of the two. You've got like a dirty grey and a bright grey, and that bright grey is going to be the one that's on show, hence why I just moved it. I don't think you can see it, well you can kind of see it on camera, but this is going to get covered. Now the battery's at 8%. Change the battery again. Get this one in, and then hope. But that's what that's looking like all down the side there. So you've got that bit, you've got the door that now will be on show. You've got this. We can make a path up there, no problem. It's gonna be tight to try and reach it, but that should look really nice and hopefully nice and clean. We know those three are going to fit on, so it just depends if that's going to work. Right, next battery, which might be the last one that's charged, to be honest. Will this go in? Let's take a look. That is not bad, and that's only because I put that track underneath that bit, so I can push this forward by 2 studs, but I'm not going to. Now, as I've got the opportunity, here is a way into the alleyway. What Pharaoh's doing, I don't know. So that is a way into the alleyway. So we know that this side is going to be the main entrance into the alleyway. So it's just, can you get to the other side by walking through the alleyway, and I don't put a path here? Because you can get to the other side up here. But do I swap this over? So when it comes to me making the paths up, we've got a path, we've got basically 2 ways on this side, and we have it there as well, because that was how it was originally, because we had the 2, well, I don't think it was actually, I think it was the other way around. Because you've now got, it's just, you can because it would be easier for me, because the path's at the end, and we got it at the end that way, I could just kick the path out here. What this bit becomes, I'm not 100% sure. Or there's nothing there. This is going to be all the fun and games when the tiling and everything goes down, because don't forget, the plan is to use these here. So that fits in tight, but the rest of it will be tiled, or the track will go over the top of it, or whatever else. So now it's just a case of these big ones. And annoyingly, I have to take the tiles off that are on them just to delay effect, because they're not naked. They're not a naked thing. But I just really hope that when this one goes on, that is on the black and it's not an optical illusion. Because that is the Daily Bugle that'll be going on there, and it is about to go on there now. So we will soon find out, because for these three, they don't really need the base plates down. That's annoying, because this base plate comes to the edge of the table anyway. Yeah, because it comes to there. So that's what we want. We didn't want that to happen. Different one that fell out though. This one at the bottom. So there's actually no need for these base plates, unless I wanted some extra space, but it does carry on with the black, so it kind of makes sense. And as you can see, we are, well, you can see the ha, and you're going to see that all day long. You can see the entrance, and then yeah, it's just standalone. So we just need to get the line for those straight. Take up these. I really am looking around going, do I really have to take these off? But I've kind of put it off long enough. There's not that many on there. So the next one that'll go down is the I keep saying Stranger Things, but it's Doctor Strange. And then, well, it's looking extremely clean with the base plates down, because obviously there's nothing in it. So what I'll do is, I don't think I'll put anything on the other side. And I think the Harry Potter house will just end up disappearing, I think. So that one is down. So the next one to come in is going to be this one, and then that will click. Not click, but they are together. And again, it's all on the table, because we're right up by the track. That is the stud line that we're going by. So yeah, we're going to be good. But can we still see the? Yeah, you can see the eyeball through, so it's not really moved. Not really moved that much, which is great. So we've just got to take these off. I am going to leave the Jurassic Park messy, because I am not going to be adding in all the Harry Potter characters now. I'm going to do it all at the same time in a separate upload. But this land is now, with the Jurassic Park, these two sections are further ahead than absolutely anything else at all. So this base plate goes down, Avengers Tower goes in, and then yeah, tracks all connected up. I've just got to figure out now what I'm going to do with that Harry Potter house. I think that I'll try and get, I don't know if it will fit in the car. That's going to be too tall. I don't know where else it can go. I don't know if it could squeeze behind the D&D. It might be able to, because it's just a random thing and it's close to the carousel, and it could just be a standalone it can just be a standalone house, and you could say that you've got to go into the house and go through the fire to then come back through into here, which would go there, just there like that, and then that's how you get from this side to that side, because there's no way I can actually get those two connecting up. So there is that possibility. There is that possibility. Okay, if I put it side on, I think it looks a little bit better. I think it looks a little bit better side on like that, I think. All right, we've got 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Base plate down. Right, big thing about to come in, and then done. Done, done, done. So this is going to go one of 2 ways. I'm going to drop it down the loft hatch, or we're going to be good. But he has just thrown his pizza on the floor in disgust, and for somehow he's lost his cup as well. The figure that I said when I moved it, oh, I've got to be careful. What happens? Drops them both. Right, coming through. So this really has worked out for the best. Straight line. There we go. So that is what that is all going to look like. So I will figure out now what I'm going to do with the paths. I could instead now just put some parking bays in rather than having the road. So that's going to be through for, I think I sleep on that. I'll think about it for the next couple of weeks before we start to tile it. Obviously that can stay there for now. And we've got a solid clear space. And obviously the only thing that's not gone back in is that, but I don't think it works. That just needs to go somewhere. That just needs to go somewhere else. So we've got, like for example, the taxi can easily go at the angle. We can just put a parking bay on that. We've got another taxi. To be fair, you could stagger the 2 taxis if you wanted to, but you can just have the other vehicles on this side tucked in, and then a normal footpath, which again is the kind of thing that they would do in the theme parks, because they'd just be where the meet and greet characters would go. And then the jet I'm going to put on top of the Ghostbuster Firehouse, and then the rest of the minifigures can just go with the correct homes. We've got just a mix of them to go through, and then it does leave what we're going to do with the head. So again, I might just take the figures off and just relocate that, or put that somewhere completely different. But guys, that is it, I think, and I am done. I think now that is definitely from that. Now I'm going to spend, obviously, I'm going to spend a little bit of time on this side to get this neat and tidy first, and then we'll just carry on with all the other little bits and pieces. Yes, I know I've wrecked that bit, but it's only a couple of base plates, and it'll be good to go again. So keep your eyes peeled for the next uploads. More than likely it will actually be just putting the minifigures back, and then if I actually think about it, I can probably just crack on and put some of the tiling down. What I do want to do, in fact I'll do it, I will do this on the next upload, is I want this path to come in, and I'm going to just link it to that bit to start with, see where it goes, and I'm going to have to probably use one colour for the haunted type stuff, one colour for Harry Potter, but I can't use the Harry Potter because obviously it's its own thing. So then the Marvel DC would be, maybe we said red, maybe. So that's, again, that's potential that we could do that. So it was worth putting the base plates down, but we have obviously wasted at least, well, 3 of them, 4, 5, 6, 7, but you just you have to do it, don't you, and put the base plates on top. So keep your eyes peeled for the next phase of this huge project, which is going to be somewhere around here, but I do like how that, so it's always a good thing when you put in all that amount of effort, and I think it looks okay, but you guys and girls let me know in that comment section below. But if you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, that'd be absolutely fantastic. But as always, thank you very much for watching. You'll take care and catch you next one.